Okay, guys, I am streaming live. Woohoo! We are a little early today. I know. You're probably wondering, what? How is he a furry? He's early. Let me just share some tweets here. Didn't mean to follow that. And then do some different things here. Post to Facebook. Okay. Okay, guys. We are live with Talking with Dashing Foxie. Yay! Okay. So, okay, guys. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. It's a beautiful Sunday night. Am I right? Or no, it's not Sunday. What am I talking about? It is a Thursday night. So, yeah, let's celebrate. Nothing really happens on Thursdays except for my shows, and sometimes on Fridays they happen. So, sit back, relax, and today we are going to talk about fursuits. You see this wonderful thing on my face? This is technically a fursuit. I have a full suit, but I don't wear it during this live stream because I want to live during my live streams and not be too dang hot. Because full fursuits are way too hot for streaming live. And not unless if I'm on a convention, but that's a whole different story. I'm walking around, but this is nothing. So I wanted to warn you guys, I will be doing my live stream next week on Tuesday. I know it's really awkward, and you're probably wondering on a Tuesday. Well, it's because my special guest can only do it on a Tuesday. I'll be having a special guest next week. And I'll be going to Furthermore too, so I had to change things around. I'll probably be live streaming at Furthermore as well. So don't be alarmed. It will be on a Tuesday at probably 8 o'clock next week. So before you freak out and go, and that's not right, who cares? So here we go. It's all about fursuits. Now you're probably wondering, fursuits. What are fursuits? It's, again, what I'm wearing on my head. It's also what furries wear. They wear a lot of fursuits. Fursuits can be very expensive. Trust me, they can be very expensive. They can also be very fun and educational. Well, actually not educational, but they can be very interesting in their own fact. So today I'm going to show you a list of fursuiters, or, well, fursuit makers, that you might be interested in on getting in the future, which could possibly be any one of these. I have from Mixed Candy to Made From You and a whole bunch of others. So guys, and then later in the program, I will read my creepy tweets, and then also I will do call-ins. So if you want to call me later and go, hey, I like this fursuit maker, why are you not talking about this fursuit maker? I will certainly talk about it, and we will do a Google search, like all good people. Okay, so guys, without further ado, it is all about the fursuit makers. Yay! Okay, so now let me first read the comments and let's see what we got here before I continue on with my fursuit making things. Okay, it is Ayo from Pause. Hello, Pause Music. We have What's Up from Jake. Hey, what's up? BRB, Twitter this. Okay, thank you for twittering it. I appreciate it. I'm getting a heads up. The heads. Okay. So, headquarters, Nick. Okay, so here we go. Let us start with our fursuiters. Fursuit makers. Now, these are a long list. I have reviews from online. I have videos. If they have videos, I will surely update their videos, and we can watch some videos by them. We have the galleries. So we'll see different fursuits in different situations. Well, maybe not different situations, but different animals and different types. Our third one is our about. So how much they cost, how much they can run, what they can do with the fursuits, and other things like that. So without further ado, we are going to start with our number one. That is number one of our fursuit makers. Which, let me switch to this. Okay. Our number one is, if I can get to it, and maybe not, hold on. This is really hard navigating in a suit. I've got two screens. I got myself a second screen. So bear with me. I'm new to this. Okay, so the very first one is obviously Made for You. Okay, so guys, if you don't know what Made for You is, you're probably not a furry, because everyone who is a furry knows Made for You. Made for You started back in 2000, and I think it was 2002. I was reading on Wikipedia. I got these all from Wikipedia, and also other sources. They started in 2002. They also do a lot of different animals. They are probably one of the most potent out there with their fursuits, and they also probably get a lot of different things. They also have a Twitter, which I will be showing here in 2 seconds once I found the cursor. And now this person, her name is Cyber. She makes the suits. As you can tell, it is, earlier tweet, yearly. Okay, so this is what her fursuits look like. You know, she was at FWA, like usual. These fursuit makers really go for a lot of bold. Wow, that looks like that looks like a mixed candy suit. But, okay, guys, so let's dive down into it, and let's see how much they cost, and let's see what they are. This is what her suit looks like right here. This is called Cyber. I think that's what her name is. Cyber? Yeah. Okay, so now I did a little bit of research, calculating on the computer and Googling and doing all that other stuff. So let's take a look at how much her fursuits cost, and then I'll show you a video, and we'll do some other things like that. So let's go to First Gallery. Let's take a look at what some of her fursuits actually look like. So as you can tell, there is some of her fursuits right here. But let's be more specific. Let's take a look what a should we go with a sled dog? Should we go with a hybrid? Foxes? Let's go with foxes. I'm a fox. Let's take a look at some of their foxes here. So these are really high quality, I'm going to say. We're going to read a review soon, so we're going to really actually dive deep into what they actually make and stuff like that. So let's take a look at one of these foxes. And yes, this is a fox. This is actually Brett Fox. He makes a lot of videos. If you don't know him, you should probably get acquainted to him. He's a very good guy. I think he's from Canada, So this guy right here, you see the quality of work. I love how she does the stitching too. Now this is all, some of this is based on my opinion. So I'm not going to say everything is 100% accurate or fact. So basically, you could tell by the stitching art, by the work, that she does some graphical stitching, which would be inside the fursuit. She has also a very nice stitch pattern. I heard she double stitches. Reading a lot of her comments, she double stitches, and she does a lot of good work. I know this particular guy I think he's had it for 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I've asked him, Bretto Fox. So let's actually take a look at some other fursuits, and let's really contemplate. So their foxes look really nice. As you can tell, there's another fox too, very purple fox right there. So let's actually take a look at some of her other stuff here. Let's get a good Verizon. Let's get not a good Verizon. We're not talking about the phone company here. We're talking about the actual looking at different things. So let's take a look at something that's not normally done. So let's take a look at some of her. How about we go with hooved? Everybody likes hooves, deers, stuff like that. We can really get a good sense of where she's coming from by taking a look at different types of animals. So you can tell by the face, it looks kind of nice right there. You can tell it's more of a realistic cartoony. So she does more realistics and cartoonies. So if you're looking for a realistic, I probably wouldn't go with her because of the simple fact that she's more cartoony than realistic. She does a lot of follow me eyes, a lot of glass eyes and stuff like that. And what the heck is that? No. So basically, I had technical difficulties there, but hopefully did that stop anything? Hopefully not. Okay, we're all good. We're going to keep going. Okay, so you can tell by the deers, it has a lot of nice features to it and stuff. The hooves are always good too. So basically, she makes a lot of good quality fursuits and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I just realized there is no reviews for this. I looked all over the web for it earlier and couldn't find any dang reviews. So we're going to skip the reviews of her. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to go straight to the pricing. And you're probably wondering yourself, how much can these be? $150, $170? Well, you're completely off if you're going by that standard. And I don't want to sound like a bearer of bad news. Well, actually, it's not a bearer of bad news. These things are high quality, and I totally get the pricing on these. So we're going to take a look at what she does and what she makes. So a basic planogram, which is basically with your feet, and because they're different from digigrade. Digigrade usually has like the real characteristics. It has like I call them triangle legs, because triangle legs is a better thing than calling it digigrade, because I always think of Digimon when I think of digigrade costumes. So basically it's triangle legs, and what their legs do, let me switch to my camera again, and I'll really try to explain this the best I can. Okay, so basically what digi legs are, and let me get on my pause here because I don't want to ruin the magic. Okay, so when you have planograde, it just goes straight down. Okay, so just think of planograde as going straight down. Okay, the digigrade more goes like on a curve, so it will make it like a triangle kind of thing. I always call it like the triangle because it looks like a triangle, but it's really not. It's more of like actually what a real animal would look like standing up. And then their back blade would also go down and then curve out too. So it makes it look like a curve in it to make it look more animalistic. So basically, whenever you see a digigrade, it's more going to be towards either realistic animals or you're going to do stuff like that. But if you usually do digigrade or triangle grade, you will actually be paying a little bit more because it takes a little bit more product and a little bit more time to do a digileg. So just think of planograde or flat grade as flat, and then digigrade as like more of a curvy, and then it goes straight down to your foot, and then your foot's the same. So again, it's like a triangle. I call it a triangle grade. Okay, instead of thinking it's Digimon, and I like Digimon, digital monsters. So let's actually take a look at the price now. So once we get to here, and you don't need to see that, whatever that thing is, optical. Okay, so here we go. Let me just click on it. Okay, so actually I already have it up. Okay, so digigrade is going to cost you about $4,000. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, it's $4,000? That's a heck of a lot of money. Well, if you think about it, you know, these people, they really take a lot of time and effort to put a lot of thought into this. So this could be about a 200-hour project, which technically, here, let me get out my calculator and calculate the math on this. So let's calculate on how much. Actually, you know what? I can't really get on my computer because I don't have it. But let's calculate how much. So let's just say if it takes an average of 400 hours. So 4,000. Okay, now this is minus the parts. The parts are probably going to be about 200 to 300. But you know what? Let's just do let's do 3,050 because 500 is going to be about the parts. But the labor, okay, let's divide that by 200. So basically, to get this suit, and let's say if it takes an average of 20 hours. We'll just say it's an average of 20 hours. It's going to cost about $17.50 for you, basically paying her an hour to do this. So, to tell you the truth, that's not a bad deal. Well, actually, maybe I guess if you're a company that like I work for, it's a terrible deal because they don't like paying their employees. But you'll be paying her about $17.50 an hour, which is not a bad rate. In my opinion, that is not a bad rate. And what the heck? I do not want to do this. I do not want to go to Windows Basic, okay, to perform my performance. Okay, so I can do it later. Technical difficulties probably will be going out through the wazoo. I've been having some problems with this computer. I need to clean it. Okay, but no, besides the point here. So let's go to partials. Partials is about, well, actually, I forgot the planogram, which is planogram is $3,500. So, which is a little bit cheaper. I told you it's going to be a little bit cheaper because it's a lot less work that they have to do. Not a lot less, but probably a little bit less. So let's see. You're going to go with a partial. You're going to go with 2,500, which I guess is an average cost, which that is an adorable suit. I would pay for that suit for 2,500. And you have different options here. You have heads start at 1,500, which I guess if you want to pay 1,500 just for the head, that's always good to hear. So then you can go down, and you could do like so many different things. Like you could do the ears where they curve down. You could do the nose, the eyes. Are they going to be follow me? Are they going to be cartoony? Are they going to be stuff like that, which is always good. Where you have toony, glass. Like this is more of realistic mixed in with cartoony. This is going to be your follow me eyes, so you're going to be able to follow anywhere you go. And then you're going to have the regular toony, which is going to cost a little bit cheaper in any retrospect. Then you have the nose. So all of these also determine on how much they're going to cost too. Like you have regular teeth, and then you have jaw, and you have regular teeth, which in my opinion I'd probably go with normal teeth. So digi, standard paws, stuff like that. And you could go down and you can get a pocket too. Pockets are always convenient for every fursuiting con or anything like that. Standard, tiny poons. This is probably one of the most interactive sites I've been to. Not a lot have this details and stuff, body details, which means that you can have like a paw on your side and stuff. Very, very good. And commissions, I think, open up for her 2019. I think that starts in about mid-August or something. Let me just go to how to order, just make sure here. So you got to send in an art. That's a very important one, too, is you have to send in a art, like a reference sheet so they can see what they're doing and stuff. Step 2, get a quote, and then finalize your commission, body tape, and stuff like that. So really, that'll be for another show if you want to create a fursuit. We're gonna leave that to another show. And a lot of videos out there, so you can really help and stuff like that. So let's go back to me here. And let me just, okay. So basically, that's going to be your whole entire thing. You're going to want to, whenever you're actually doing a fursuiter, you're going to want to make sure you're actually doing a lot of research into them. Because there's so many different fursuiters, so many different things that you could possibly do with them. And there's so many different styles that it's crazy. On this list, there's about 10 different styles. And each style is completely different than the other. So you're going to want to really take a look at it. And you're going to really want to get a good idea of what you're going to want. If you like toony versus realistic, if you like anything like that, you'll be able to do it. And it'll also help you out in the long run, because if you spend $3,000 or $4,000 on this, you want to make sure it's perfect to your design. And a lot of fursuiter creators are very well to work with. They might not get back to you like perfect right on the dot, but you're gonna want to do that. So let's take a look at some of the comments here and really get a good idea of what people are talking about. Yeah, people love her work. Yes. Leg bananas. Okay, well, that's a good one. I've never heard of leg bananas before. That's actually a really good one. I like the triangle. I like the... let's see, what else? Only getting the head. I'm only getting the head, which is a good idea. To tell you the truth, you can only get the head and then start working on the body some other time. That's the one thing that I kind of want to do, is just start it on the head and then work my way down the body. Not to be awkward. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'm sharing tonight's show on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, thank you for sharing it. Just remember, if you're liking this, subscribe and share it around to your friends. I'm sure you already are, but just to let you know, I also have a Patreon if you would like to do that. Oh, I gotta stop self-promoting myself. Okay, so let's continue on. And again, if you want to get made for you, I would probably say it's one of the best decisions you could possibly do. I know so many furs who got one, and they love made for you. They absolutely love their suit. And it's very durable too. I know that for a fact because a lot of people told me it's very durable. It will last for a long time. And it's not cheap. And it's not like crappy design or anything like that. So tell you the truth, if you want made for you, you go for it. Because I agree with it 100%. Made for you so far, in my opinion, gets 2 paws up. Yeah, that's the most I can give it. And that's the greatest I'm going to give it. Okay, so let's continue on to our next one, which is, I should probably stop going, but our next one is, if I could click on that. I'm sorry, I've got a book here. Okay, there it is. Okay, now, our next one is Don't Hug Cacti. Now, if you've never heard of them, I'm sorry for, yeah, you're like the other one. They're basically like a made for you. They have definitely improved. I will give them credit on that. I used to not really like their style, but they have improved. You know, so you've got, well, you know what? Let's take a look at this video because I'm quite curious. It has a picture with a food on it. I'm quite curious now. So let's take a. Well, actually, you know, we'll go to our Twitter. We have a Twitter here too. So, yeah, basically this is what she does. She does art. She also does suits for sale. See, now, if you're looking for a suit and you want to go for an auction, I'm going to tell you right now, if you could actually take a look for this, you're going to pay a lot more than what, except for me. Well, actually, yeah, that's quite a bit. But you're going to pay a lot more for a regular suit if you're going to go with auctions. Would I recommend auctions? No, I would not recommend auctions because a lot of times you get the same amount of product. You just get it now. I think that's the whole entire appeal. Everybody's on auctions now. Everybody. I don't care who you are. You have heard about these auctions, and they are going for a ridiculous amount. I think Mixed Candy, not Mixed Candy, sorry, Made for You. Actually, the person I did just before this was. Actually, she had a suit that went for $13,000. Now, you heard me right. You don't have to adjust your volume or anything like that. $13,000 for a already made suit. Now, do I personally like that? I mean, it really gives a chance of going for now. Like, especially this one right here. This one really, like, shocks me because this went for $4,000. And it's just a partial suit. I don't think... Oh, actually, never mind. It's a full suit. Never mind. But you could shut me up on that. But no, exactly. Or even like this one. The partial suit went for $2,000. And I know it's a convenient thing that you can get it now. But if you want your character, just wait until the commissions come open. They'll eventually get their commissions, and I'll eventually be able to do what you want to do. So before I forget, let's go to our Twitter page after I find my cursor here, because again, using 2 screens is very difficult right now. So let's take a look here. Our Twitter page has obviously a bunch of her suits. I've got 3 notifications, woohoo! So let's take a look at some of her videos. Actually, that is adorable. Let's cam in on this one. Okay, so let's just take a look. This is adorable. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I could watch that all day. Just trying to blow out a... That's really cute. Okay, but you can tell by a couple of her suits. She has a bunch of suits made. She obviously does her... Actually, that's really cool. But she does a lot of her things. I have her gallery. We'll go to her gallery. I just like checking out the Twitter page because the Twitter page is where some of her tweets happen. And, you know, sometimes they can be very cute like that one. And it'll show her... It shows off a good portion of what she does and how she makes it. So, actually not how she makes it. That's just the video within itself. So, here, let's go to... Back to the... let's go to see how much it costs. And let's see... actually, I got a review. Before we do that, I got a review. If I can get my cursor over to it, because it's really hard to see in this. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's click on that. And then let's do a Don't Hug Cacti review. Now, this website that I found is amazing. I have to admit, the people who did this site probably didn't get that much credit because I didn't hear about it until today. So it's called FURSUIT Review, and it's a very good website if you want to go and you really want to get some insight answers. Like, this is just a head that she made, and Take Maker is a friend. Okay, so basically she got a toony one. You could tell by the way it looks, it is pretty toony. So that's good. You could tell how much she paid for it. She paid $900. Now, sometimes a year might be screwed up. I think this was in 2015, so it shouldn't be that. Yeah, 2015. So it shouldn't be too off on that, and I didn't mean to do that. So basically, this is a good website to get some references, really get some good insight. How does it fit on your head? It fits perfectly and stuff like that. How does the vision? Vision is the best of any suit I've ever worn so far. Bright spots. So this is giving it a good compliment and stuff. So this is a good website to really do it. Really get a lot of insight here. How satisfactory was it in attaining contact with the quota? Super satisfactory. Only took a few emails. Wow, okay. So I've heard some different things about that. I've heard a lot of things about different fursuiters, and a lot of times that they can be very difficult to work with, but that's fine. Everybody has like difficulty sometimes. How satisfactory is the deadline? Did they miss it? It was done and shipped in a little over than expected. Well, that's good. And stuff like that. So basically, this person said, yes, get the suit. My personal opinion, the way that she makes her design, and we're going to take a look at the gallery now. I'm going to just click onto it once I find it here. And we're going to click on the gallery. Okay. And then I'm going to here. Okay, so this is basically, no, I do not want to sign up for Yahoo. Okay, so this is basically like her design. So she basically just does toony. She doesn't really do follow me eyes. She done one or two follow me eyes, and they turned out really good. And I can never find them. It's really hard to find them because she's only made 2 or 3 of them. So this is another one of her suits. This is a fox. This isn't really the most organized on Flip. I tried like seeing if there was like any sort of like organization to it. Nope, she has no organization, so it's just all random stuff. So that's a nice picture of a fox. Very toony again. Now you're gonna want to notice too that the way it's built quality, you could tell it's double stitched by the way it's done. The fur is always high quality. I've never heard anything bad about the fur. I've heard the head. Sometimes the head can come apart a little bit, but that's from a friend. His name's Baka Cat. I cannot pronounce his name, but that was by one of my friends. Other than that, I've never heard really anything bad about him. I don't want to talk about bad about him. We're talking about fursuits here. This is your own opinion, and you can do a lot of research just like I did. So that's one of her partials. You can tell she does a full arm extension of her partials, which is always good. And she has a really good, interesting design. The only thing I find to tend on her is that her noses and eyes are about always the same. It's really weird. You could tell when there's a DHL suit. It's kind of like a made-for-you suit. You could tell because she has a signature that the eyes and the nose are going to be about the same. The positioning of the nose and stuff. Very cartoony, very nice. She does quite a lot of work on it. And I got to give her props. That fox is beautiful. I've got to admit, that is a beautiful fox that I would like to hug someday. So basically, very nice production in suits. We can zoom in, really see the quality of the suit. You can tell where the, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but where the different lines come in, like the 2 foxes. Like the 2, that's one of the things, like my pet peeve. There's some fursuiters who cannot do that perfectly, and that's make the lines so perfect. And she really made that perfect. I gotta give credit where credit is due. That is a really nice fox. And maybe someday I'll eventually have one. Who knows? Maybe someday you'll eventually have one. So really, I think that's all. Let's just go to see how much these fursuits cost. Now, this is the moment of truth here. If you are willing to pay for the cost of it, let's take a look at some commission information. So get a quote. So whatever is a new commission is able to email me. So you can email her whenever there's available commission. Queues are valid for only 30 days. Space is limited. We do not accept duplicates or copyright creatures, which, to tell you the truth, a lot of fursuit makers do not accept this. Duplicates or copyright. Because who wants to do that? Her starting price is $3,800. So whatever you get, it's going to be $3,800 and up. She does include pockets. I was doing some research on that. She includes pockets. She doesn't do digigrade. I don't think so yet. I didn't see any of the digigrade ones. And I think she does movable jaws, but I think that number gets bumped up too. So, really, that's really the only thing I could say about her. You got a shipping warranty and stuff like that, which is always good. Also, a lot of these companies, they do ship for free. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So let me just go back to my camera. And basically, if you're wanting a tune, that's basically what Don't Hug Cacti is. It's basically for the one person who wants a tune. Because of the simple fact that she makes a lot of tune. That's basically all I can say about her. She makes a lot of tunes. She doesn't make a lot of follow me eyes. She doesn't make a lot of different things but tunes. Now, that's not a problem to me, because if you're good at what you do and you love doing tunes, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's always going to be people out there who love tunes more than anything. I like follow me eyes a little bit better. That's my personal opinion. If you don't, I'm not going to argue. Tunes are also adorable too. So basically, again, I'm going to give her, since it's not really my style and I'm not going to say anything bad about her, I'm also going to give her 2 paws up. And the only reason why is because I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of good things coming from Don't Hug Cacti. And she's only getting better. That's the whole entire thing. She's only getting better, and that's what you want to hear in a fursuit maker. If they get better, that improves it by 50%, 100% actually. So let's take a look at some comments here, and let's see what you guys are saying. And we'll do some other things here. I've done a lot of researching today, so if I ramble on, I've kind of got a headache because of all the researching I did. So let's take a look. Okay, I just got into Don't Hug Cacti data, such as some of my favorite fursuiters from there, which I agree. There's a lot of good fursuiters there. I can name a couple. Rex is a Don't Hug Cacti. If you want to look him up, you can Google him. It's Rex the Husky. A very good guy. Hey, question Dash. Have you been talking about For the Win Studios? Well, I might be talking about For the Win Studios. I can definitely talk about them. See, this is only part 1, so I'm going to definitely talk about more fursuit makers in the future. I need to make sure I'm having a good balance for all of them to really give them a good fair shot, to make you guys understand what you're getting into, or maybe get a research going. So yeah, I'll eventually talk with it. Maybe you can call in later. I'm going to have a call in the show, so you can go ahead and do that. I don't think there's going to be them yet. Does the jaw move? Does your jaw move? It does move. It does. It does it. So, and I will not be judging my fursuit maker, because I feel like that's very biased of me to judge my own fursuit maker. So don't expect me to judge Jasper. That's who made this suit. It's Jasper from Reading. So, okay. Now let's continue on. As video calls, I'm going to actually be doing telephone calls. So if you're going to want to call using telephone. So I'll give the number out a little bit later. And then you can call in And because that's free of charge, and also I don't want to have a bunch of people on my Skype and then I have to look you up and stuff like that. It gets crazy with that. So, okay. So let's move on to the next one, which is we're gonna take a mosey long down to a little number I like to call, if I can get the cursor again, really hard, guys. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Okay, so minus that. Okay, so we're gonna do welcome to By Cats for Cats. Cats are awesome, but then again, all creatures are. Okay, so this is By Cats for Cats. If you're not remotely even close to knowing what By Cats for Cats is, I'm sorry. They're a very wonderful fursuit maker. Now, we'll get into other things too, because I have some things I do got to admit to you, and it's only my opinion. So don't judge me just on my opinion. Go check them out yourself. All the links will be in the descriptions below. Blech. Okay, so let's take a look at some of their stuff, and let's first go to their Twitter. By Cats for Cats was actually created in 2000. I think it was self-explanatory. BCF, I made the move, creatures. So this is basically gives you the whole entire history of it. Proud to say that it starts in May 2012. So let's go to the Twitter page and really take a look at some of their different tweets and other things like that. Okay, By Cats for Cats, rock out in fursuit. Okay, so By Cats for Cats is basically about cats. As you can tell, they do a lot of cats. A lot of cats. Now, if you're a cat and you're interested in getting them, I would definitely recommend it. We have different ones. Like this is a By Cats for Cats. This is Vascar. If you had, I think that's what his name is, Vascar. I'm not 100% sure, but this is Vascar right here. Very nice dude. Very nice fursuit, as you can tell. I love his fursuit, and a whole bunch of other things. So, Vascar lives in Texas, and that's the only thing I gotta say. He lives in Texas. So basically, you've got a whole bunch of different things here. If you want to go follow him on Twitter, he was at FWA, I think. So he's at a lot of places. Actually, I think he was at MCFC, which is completely different. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly where he's always at or anything. So I'm not really a stalker, so I can't really say. So he does a lot of cats. That's really all I got to say. He does a lot of cats. So let's go to his... Let's do a review here. We also have a video. We got videos of him. He has a YouTube, but we'll check out the furry reviews first. So we got a By Cats for Cats, and as you can tell, it's just a head. He didn't really buy anything else. They have a lot of different things that you could do. You could just buy a head. They do toonie, and they do more of like a toonie realistic. So it's basically like made for you. They do a lot of toonie and realistic toonie. Not really full-on realistic. We're going to get to a couple that do full-on realistic. But for right now, it's basically just toonie and somewhat real toonie. Okay, so as you can tell, reviewer and stuff like that, he bought it early 2005. So this is the earliest one I can possibly find. We have a bunch of different comments. I always do this one. This one's probably one of my favorite ones, is the head too loose, because I feel like that could become a problem. Whenever you're getting a fursuit maker or doing stuff like that, there will be times that where you either get it way too tight or you get it way too loose. And it becomes very important because you need to have circulation in your head. If it's way too tight, you're not going to breathe, and you're going to probably either pass out or you're going to be very uncomfortable. And I don't want anyone passing out there. So really, the whole entire response should be, I gave my head measurements, making measures, not too tight, not too loose. It's perfect. There you go. So one added for that. Now, again, fursuit makers are not perfect. So eventually you're going to find that fursuit maker that has a problem fitting your head. So Let's take a look. How's the vision? That's another important one because you want to make sure you're able to see. The vision is really nice. I can see well in it. Okay, so that's always important to know. Let's see. Shaving either. Shaving is excellent, which is good. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Not a lot of people can do the shaving well. So, yeah, basically. So let's take a look here. How is the response from the maker? This is also another important one that I like to do. It took estimated 1 day for a response to my answer. That is a fantastic day of response, and I don't want that. I don't care about my performance right now. So basically, that is probably a great answer, fantastic answer. And you want a lot of that too. So this guy recommends them. Yes, there should be a hell yes, because he really didn't say anything bad about it, which is good. You don't want anyone saying anything bad about your product. So before we go on to the pricing and stuff, let's take a look at his YouTube channel. He does have a YouTube channel, so let's take a look at it. And let's take a look at what kind of videos he makes. So, to tell you the truth, I want to share this video because I love classic videos. I'm a classic video biff. So, to tell you the truth, this is very good, and I like it. And again, you can see a bunch of his stuff too. He also has like fursuit making, which is important. Not a lot of fursuit makers do this. They show you how they make the fursuit. And what's really important about this is you can actually see their creation come to life, and you can see how they do it, and you can see the quality that they put into it. That's my number one thing, is quality. If the quality is not there, I'm not going to sponsor it. So let's take a look at a video made by him, which, again, I guess I could do a fursuit making video, but it's kind of boring, and nobody likes that. So let's go to how to golf. I love this video. So as you can tell, it's all made for mixed candy suits. I mean, not mixed, by cats for cats. I don't know what I'm talking about. Huh? That's funny to me. I'm awkward. It's a very interesting. I love how it's put together. And I don't want to continue this because I got so much more fursuiting, but you can check it out. I have the link down below, and you can actually watch the rest of the video. It's a very good video, very funny, very classical. I love classical videos. But beside the point, let's get back to what serious business is, and let's go take a look at the gallery. Let's take a look at some of his works and actually really find some of his works either impressive or I go, eh. Okay, so let's take a look at a cat. So this is his strong point, cats. Look how beautiful that cat is. Look how great the fur is shaved. Okay, and that's one thing that I love about his artwork, is look how great and straight that is. Now, I don't think it should be too straight, which I kind of like how it curves, because I think if it's too straight, I kind of like, it's too artificial. But, you know, I love how he shaves it, and I love how he makes the eyes, too, very appealing. It's like a small little eyes, but it works well on the cat. I love the ears, too. Buy cats for cats. Hands down, if you're a cat, you're going to want to go with buy cats for cats. There's no other fursuiter maker out there who does cats as quite as well. I love how he points the ears. I love everything about this cat. Even the teeth, too. The jawline really is there. So let me get to a negative. Now, this is only my negative to his fursuits. And the only reason why I'm going to say that is because when he excels at cats so very well, I don't think he excels at foxes. To tell you the truth, I like this fox, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I know this guy. He is Rocco, but he doesn't. This fox doesn't impress me. I think it might be because of the style is more catty. Get out of here. But The style is a little bit more catty than I like it. And I know foxes are supposed to be a little bit catty. It just doesn't impress me as much as the cats. I like the dots though. The dots really do it. And the fur making of him is amazing. The stitching that goes into it. I recommend you go and watch one of his videos that he's actually making a fursuit. It's really quite amazing on what he does. But to tell you the truth, just foxes don't do it for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a by cats for cat thing and stuff like that, that it just needs to be a cat. But foxes are... I love the hair, though. The hair is really spot on that one. Okay. So that's some of my negatives about him. And I'm not going to say it's a terrible negative. If you want a fox and you enjoy these type of foxes, go ahead. You get it from them. I'm not going to stop you. Just make sure you're doing your research and you really like what you see. That's really the main concern today, is really liking what you see. So let's go to actually their pricing tool, which I guess I could just click on the website one instead of doing that. Okay, so their pricing, their full suits, which I cannot speak right now, is starting at $2,550. That's $2,550, which is pretty decent. You get, stop it. You get, including a standard body with the front zipper, which that is another important factor. The front zipper, in my opinion, is the best invention that anyone can make. And you have 3D eyes, which is always good, feet, tail, and pat pods. A partial is going for about $1,000 less than that at $1,550, which you still get a good amount of things. You get the eyes, the 3D eyes, the hand paws, the tail, the body, and stuff like that. And then you're going to want to go, if you are really into Digipaws, I love their Digipaws or their triangle grade, because they're wonderful. I know this guy, his name's Shadowcat. He's a very great guy. Head commissions go for $1,000. Now, if you're going to want the digital paws, that's going to be $300 extra. So just to let you know. And feet, 4 Digipaws, $100. Okay, so you can also get always open in hands, feet, and body selections. So if you really are interested in buy cats for cats, and I'm going to switch over to my lovely face again and just check on YouTube to see if it's still running properly. It is. Okay, so if you're going to want a buy cats for cats, I would definitely go for a cat. Go for a cat. That's only my opinion. If you love the fox and how it looked, go for it. You go for it, champ. I'm not going to stop you. In my opinion, the foxes are not as good as the cats. Again, only my opinion. So I can't really speak for you. Again, do your research. Everything I've heard about him has been great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him, for cats, 2 paws up. This is only my opinion. So cats, 2 paws up. For foxes, 1 paw up and maybe like a thumb up, a paw thumb, maybe like in the middle. So if you want to go for a cat, go for a cat, in my opinion. But if you want to go for something else, go for a paw and a thumb. Cats, 10, paw, whatever. Because his fursuit works are amazing. And I gotta give credit. He's probably one of the best ones who do the shaving very well and stuff. Suits are also very durable. So if you want a long-lasting suit, you're going to want to go with him too. I think he makes his with hockey helmets or something, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look and see in the comments and see what we got here. See you by dashing. Okay, see you later. So many felines. That's the whole entire point. You're going to want to go with felines with that. It's a good idea to be specialized somewhat. Yeah, it is. It really is. That's a great point. Very good idea to do that. All these makers are really cool suits. Well, thank them, because I'm just a person reviewing them. So basically, if you want to buy cats for cats, you go for it. So let's continue on down the list of greatness. And let's do the next one, which is, if you're really into realistic, I'm going to show you one that really has a great tie-in with realistic. So let me just open it here and then switch this to scene 2. Okay. And then minus that. Okay. So we're going to go with Clockwork Creations. These guys, my God, do they make realistic ones. These ones are so realistic that it is amazing on how realistic they are. They certainly have a good angle on realistic. It would scare me if I was a child. And that's really saying something, because I wasn't really that much of a scaredy cat, except for... no, I really wasn't a scaredy cat. So, to tell you the truth, this would scare me. Like, even this photo right here would scare me if I was a little kid. So, let's take a look at their Twitter. They make a lot of realistic. They've been into business for quite a while. So, they know what they're doing. I think they've been into business for about 10 years now. So, let's go to here, and let's go to their Twitter page and see what else we can do here. Okay, so this is their Twitter. This is what I'm talking about in realistic. Look at that wolf right there. That is really realistic. And like, look at this deer too. That's freaking realistic as all heck. It's like a magical, I guess if you're wanting to go to furry cons, but yet you're sensible enough to go to a rents fair, I would get one of these, because that is a gorgeous suit. Realistic suit too. Just a wonderful suit all around. It was at MFF 2017. So, if you're interested in MFF 2017, congratulations. And this is another one of their foxes. We'll get to their gallery, don't worry. We'll definitely get to their gallery, and we'll start actually looking more at these. And we'll actually start looking more into the design of them, too, because these are wonderfully made. Just wonderful. So, for realistic people, if you want a cartoony, stay away from these guys, because you're not going to get a cartoony from these guys. And that's understandable. Not everything is going to be about cartoons and stuff like that. So, literally, let's go to their gallery. Actually, let's go to their review first before we go to their gallery. So, this is Kiba Def Fursuit made by Clockwork. Okay. So, really, I couldn't find a price, so I'm going to go with their price on here. It's usually around $75,000 and up. Now, to tell you, well, actually, I'm going to go with maybe a little bit lower, $65,000. I have a friend who actually owns a suit of these, and they're high quality made. I'm not going to lie, they are quite beautiful looking at. Their movement in their jaw, too. They do have movable jaws, too, so we're going to look at more on that, and we're going to get a better understanding of it. But you're going to pay a pretty penny for these. The only reason why you're going to pay a pretty penny is because they are so, like, time-consuming that it's crazy. They are amazing how long it takes to do this. So, let's take a look here, and let's take a look at some of the comments she did. That's her stuff there. Let's see if I can find a good one. Makes look Footlocker. I'm just trying to find like general questions, but I don't think I'm going to find a general question on this one. This one I didn't look at, so this is my fault. Okay, honestly, to put it in words, do you have a character? I don't think that I've commissioned stuff. Okay, well, you know, I don't think they really commission a lot of stuff too, so I really didn't get a lot from that. But again, you know, I've been kind of researching all day, so this is my fault. I didn't get a chance to read that very well. But to tell you the truth, all the reviews, I have a friend, his name's Kiba Wolf. He has a Clockwork made head and a couple paws. He said it's amazing. This girl obviously says yes to it, so they must not be they must be really good at what they do. And so let's go to a couple of their galleries and take a look at some of these real live made suits. Let's go with a fox, because I'm a fox and I want to see a fox. Okay, wow, that is the... Okay, so let's actually next. Why the heck are you like not loading? You had all these earlier. It worked for me earlier, and now it's not going to create photos. take a look. Okay, there's one. Okay, so basically they do a lot of realistic stuff and a lot of different fairy tale stuff too. As you can tell, here's a wolf with some antlers. Very understandable. A lot of people have hybrids. So, and then there's also one of their suits too that he's looking down upon, which I don't think that really gives justice on the fursuit there. This one is very good too. You can tell everything's realistic on these. Realistic is key for everything, and I love how they fade. If you could tell, there's a little bit of red here. I don't know if it's showing well on YouTube, but there's a little bit of red here that fades in. I love that. I love it when it fades more than I love it when it's conventional, because it looks more of a realistic tint to it, and also it just feels right too, looking at it. So, to tell you the truth, just so far, their suits are wonderful, and there's a goat right there. Very wonderful. Just take a look at the eyes and the way they're structured. The hooves are also very, their hooves and their feet paws are great. They are fantastic to look at. If you ever get a chance to, take a look at just their paws and stuff, and you'll fall in love with these things because they are so well maintained and well done that it is amazing. Get out of here. It is amazing on the craftsmanship that they put on just their feet. And their head is just amazing too. Just, whew, I am like getting, flabbergasted with how beautiful their suits are. And, wow, that's just adorable right there. Having a cat look back at a cat. That's great. Okay, so you basically thought, this is for the realistic person here. Don't really have too much. Again, their fursuits cost up to $1,600. They have movable jaws, so don't worry. You can ask for a movable jaws. Really, they have digigrade 100%. They are more of a realistic one, so they're going to have digigrade, and they're going to have a bunch of different things. So let me go back to here and click on that. Okay, so is that up my alley? Do I like realistic ones? I'm going to say probably not. I don't really like realistic. Now, just because it's not up my alley, again, doesn't mean that it's not up yours. So, to tell you the truth, for the way that they're built and the way I've seen like 2 or 3 in real person. A lot of clockworks out there. But there's one that's named Alpha, and I can't remember exactly what I think it's Alpha Wolf. And he has the most beautiful suit when it comes to the face looking. It looks beautiful, and it looks fantastic. So, if I was going for a realistic suit, in my personal opinion, I would go with Clockwork. I have another one who does really good at their job, and that's another one I have here. But that's a 2 paws for me. That's a hands down 2 paws for any realistic fursuiter out there. That if you want to go for realistic, you're going to want to go with this. So 10 out of 10 or paws. I got 8 paws, so whatever. 8 paws, whatever. Or 8, whatever. Okay, I'm going crazy. I'm going mentally insane. Again, I've been working on this for a while. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to go into creepy tweets. Not really like full-on creepy tweets, but I wanted to see what some fursuit makers and other things are actually talking about. So, we're going to do some creepy tweets after we're done with the 5th one, which I think is actually next. Let me take a look. Let me do some counting here. Calculations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the 5th one. I have 10 of them here. So I might run the show a little bit late because I'm trying to get really into details with these guys because they deserve them. But before I get on to the next one, let's read some of your comments here. Wow, realistic is incredible. Amazingly done realistic suits. Is that a wolf plush in the back? I have no clue. I didn't see your things. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't get more Hollywood commissions on, hey, maybe they did. Actually, I think one of the guys, his name's Shy Wolf or whatever, I can't remember. He's a YouTuber, and he was going to do a whole production with it. And he had one like that. They were animation, so it was amazing. have no clue what his video is. Maybe if I have later time, I'll show it to you. But stuff like that. Okay, so let's get down to the next one. Very good comment so far. If you're liking this, please share it around with your friends. Would like some more viewers and everything like that. So let's take a look at our next one here. Oh, and if you're liking this, please press the like button. I would appreciate that too. So let's see the next one, if I can find my cursor. And the next one is this one right here. Come on. Load. Okay. Here we go. The next one is a very familiar one. It has been really popular lately. Let me just try to... Oop. Okay. Do that. Okay. So, it's Mischief Makers. If you don't know what Mischief Makers are, they are a rising star. I call them the rising star because of the simple fact of how many people are getting them now. They are spectacular. The next video I'll talk about Twinkie Arts, but they kind of look like Twinkie Arts, and Twinkie Arts is another one that is fantastic. I didn't put it in this one because I ran out of space and time and stuff like that. So, tell you the truth, I love their suits. Their suits are quite amazing. They are a recently new company, I think. I think they've only been doing it for 4 or 5 years. So, recently new, amazing suits. They've been pumping out more than a fox pumps, I don't know, but whatever. So, they've been selling like hotcakes too, and everything like that. So, let's take a look at their Twitter before we move on to the reviews and videos, because I actually have a video of this one. So let me go to, actually I just have a YouTube channel. Where is it? That's it. Okay, so we're going to go to their Twitter. So you can tell it's a lineup of all their fursuiters. They've done Diesel, they've done a bunch of different ones. I don't really know a lot of them, I'm not going to lie, I suck at names. So as you can tell, they have their own art on their channel, so they actually show that their art, they showcase it. You can see a lone fur in the corner of the room, losing his revision. Whatever. Okay, so this is basically what their suits look like. You can tell that sure he's been a good boy. I'll tell him he's a good boy. Don't really know him, but he's a good boy. Looking in the mirror and stuff like that. This is where you can find all her magic that happens. Felt like doing it. She'll be at Furlandia. If you are in the round, you can go and talk to her live in person in Furlandia. I think that's in that's in California. Yes, California. Okay, so let's take a look and actually dig deeper. Let's take a look at one of her reviews, shall we? So let's take a look at the reviews, which should be here. Now this is another one that, oh no, this is the wrong one. My fault. Very hard to see in the fursuit department, so I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is a Mischief Maker. Look at that gorgeous suit. That's a beautiful suit if I've ever seen a beautiful suit. So, let's take a look here. It's a full fursuit. Tootie does a lot of tunes. She's basically a toonie. She's just like Don't Hug Cacti. She doesn't really do any realistics. I've never seen her do a realistic ever in my life. So, this is a very tootie person. So, again, a lot of these are going to be tootie because I don't think there's a lot of realistic artists out there. So, it's going to be tootie or they're going to be digigrade. Like this one is digigrade or triangle grade as I like to call it. So, let's take a look. The wolf was, okay, it's a wolf species, obviously. Paid $2,750 for it. It's got the commissions. Oh, that's a beautiful photo right there in the grass. It's a very nice photo. Good props to that dude. Okay, so let's take a look here. Hands and feet. Both hands and feet are really well. And they are, oh shoot. Get out of here, stupid ad. Need to clean out my computer, don't worry. It's easy, sides, see, website. I cannot speak right now. absolutely stunning performance. I absolutely love how it looks. Everything is similarly and pull off a markings perfectly, which I gotta give credit. That's hard to do. Shavings is clean and also long and short, and 3D eyes are large, range, explosive. So basically that means that he could see in the suit very well. The appearance, a lot of appearance. This guy did a lot of appearance things, which I couldn't really find another one that was really good. So tail is 2 feet long, which, I mean, yeah, which is usually standard for a tail. Overall, fursuit is completely matched from the reference sheet, which is true. I'm very happy with it. Everything matches well and clean, which basically that's what he just said. Purchasing process times went well. Spam, a bit spammy on the emails, and they didn't mind. I thought wanted. So that's a very good, honest opinion. If you're getting a fursuit, do not spam the heck out of the person. Because if you spam the heck out of the person, they're going to probably get very angry, and they're eventually just going to be like, I want to get this suit done ASAP, so this guy stops. So really what my opinion is for any sort of person who's getting a fursuit, wait. If she doesn't respond in 2 weeks, then you text back again. Because it's not one of those things that you could be like, let me wait 5 minutes. Because she has 100 things she's going. She might have a real job. Or she might be doing this for a lot of different fursuiters. So don't get spammy. Don't do that. Don't spam her every 2 seconds. Can I see an update picture? Can I see an update picture? What's going on? Did you get everything done? But this person said, yes, he would get it. And I would have to agree with him. I would get it too. Their suits are fantastic. They have a bunch of different, even that strawberry dude is one of these guys. So let's take a look at their gallery, and we will get a good determination of all of it. So let me just find my cursor. Let me go to, I want to go with, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, this is so hard looking at my fursuit. So let's take a look at some photos here and really get a good idea of what we're looking at here. So let's do the most recent 2017. And we're going to want to go with, let's go with him. Okay, let's take a look. So you could tell already off the bat that this person allows the eye movements, and I love that in fursuits. The eye movements are this right here. If you don't know what that is, I call them eye movements. I guess you can call them eyelids. But eye movements let your character really actually describe on how they're feeling. Because a lot of emotion is done through the eyes, which is really weird because you would think it'd be done through facial expression. Well, I guess it's like probably like 10 or 15%. But a lot of the movement in the eyes, like this person right here, she's trying to be sexy but yet dashing. So I love it when a fursuiter includes this. I think Made For You just started doing it too, which is fantastic. The nose is also fantastic too. But really, the only thing that really gets me on these, and this is only like a little personal opinion here, is I think it's done too well. Like, you could tell the symmetrical system in it. And that's great, and it just depends on your personal preference. Like, I love it, like, whenever it's a little bit odd, you know. Not, like, completely perfect, but a little bit odd. Or it's not, like, completely, like, noticeable. Because I can tell exactly the symmetric lines that she created. And it's the same exact thing with most other ones. But, again, that's just a little criticism that I like to do. The teeth always look good. Now, you could tell also the fur is also high quality. Because of the fluff, I call it, let's call this the fluff factor. The fluff factor is whenever you can tell the fur is high quality by the fluff it gives off. The more the fluff, in my opinion, the more high quality it is, and the more it's going to last longer for anything, because it has that radiance to it too. So this is also double stitched. I researched it. She does double stitching. She doesn't do the one stitching like some fursuit makers. Just a very wonderful character this one is. But let's see if we can find another one here. Let's go back to... Oh, I don't want that. Let's go back to this too. Oh, no, back. I love the back button. I just love clicking it. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Let's do this one right here. I think this is a dog. Oh my gosh, I love the colors on this one. So, tell you the truth, I'm a color dude, and this neon with this is an amazing suit. Also does the eye thing. I love it. I love the colors. I love the claws. The claws are always good. Claws are going to cost a little bit more expensive. Anything that has to be added on is going to cost a little bit more expensive. Everything is good here. Even just wonderful. She has a little bit of sag, but I don't know if that's her or that's just the original fursuit maker wearing it or some of her employees. It might be just a demonstration picture, but very nice. I'm gonna have to also go to this because I could get lost in these ones. These ones are so beautiful. But we're gonna take a look at the pricing for this, and the pricing is right here. We have pricing. It starts at $3,000. So digigrade costumes have panel, legs. Yeah, so the triangle digigrade or whatever you want to call it. That starts at $3,000, and you're going to go to $2,600 for just regular planogram. Everybody knows that dude, that guy. Everybody knows it. But no offense. But partials start at $2,000, so that's always good too. Heads only are only. I love how it says only there. It's like the company like says, oh, it's only $1,400. You can afford that. That's as much as my car. Wow. Okay. So let me get out of here because I could talk about him all day and probably shouldn't because there's other people to get to. Gonna run a little bit late on this one, and that's why I've been trying to talk so deep about these, because everyone deserves to have a chance to hear all the opinions and all everything too. So I'm going to give it another wonderful 2 paws. Now, I'm going to give it 2 paws for 2 reasons, okay? Number 1, I do love cartoony work. And number 2, the double stitching. Anything that will last. Now, I heard the heads are a little bit iffy. You got to take care of them a little bit better. But that's kind of a moderate complaint. And to tell you the truth, you should be taking care of your head pretty damn well. If you're not taking care of your head very well, you probably shouldn't buy a fursuit. It's gonna take a lot to repair it and everything like that. So to tell you the truth, keep care of your head, and maybe that problem will not arise. If you're going to a TSA, I'm sorry, maybe it will be damaged. Just be careful about taking it on planes. But again, I'm gonna give it 2 out of 2 paws. And I know I've been giving a lot about 2 out of 2 paws, and it's because these are all wonderful suits. So yeah, basically that's probably the only reason why. These are all wonderful suit makers. So let's take a second break from the fursuit makers. Now, am I going to get the full 10 I have on this list? I've been trying to really put them in detail and really magnify some problems, or if there is any, or anything like that. So I might not get to 10, and that's only because I've done a lot of research, and I really want to make sure that you guys get the full scoop, and I'm not just doing this fast and ugh. I want really these opinions. So let's take a look here. And even if I don't get to them, I'll get to them the next one. This is only part 1 of fursuit makers. Okay, so let's read some comments here before I move on to creepy tweets. Can you get a super chat like the Stream Labs? I don't think so. Oh, and only old market. Oh, 99. That's a lot. Okay, there's a bear behind you. Behind him as well. Okay, well I don't know exactly what you guys are talking about. You guys are talking about the things that are behind me. But difficult, I imagine. How do you keep a white suit white? Now this is one I will give you a little tip. It's hard also with yellow. Yellow is hard to keep yellow because it's so light and so stuff. My answer to that is I like using a little tiny bit of dish soap. It really like shines it up a little bit. A little bit. Don't go crazy. Don't pour a whole bottle on it and go to it. Pour just a tad on a towel and just lightly tab it and stroke it a little, but tab it more. And then you're gonna get a more lighter color. Just do it if it's like a little black spot, but don't. You can also wash your fursuit in a laundry machine, but we'll talk about different techniques on washing it in another one. But to tell you the truth, that's how I keep this yellow. Those are easy on the eyes. So, true. Okay, now let's keep moving on. I read some comments here, and let's go to some creepy tweets. And after some creepy tweets, I'll start talking about the next fursuiters, but I'm gonna let some phone calls go in. So if you would like to call, it will start soon. So don't delay. Don't whatever. Okay, I work too much. Okay, so we're gonna start out the creepy tweets. These are not necessarily creepy as much as I find them really good, and these are all about fursuit makers. So maybe not the creepiest tweets I've ever read, but we'll get more next week whenever I go to another. Actually, on Tuesday when I have somebody else on. So let me just go here again on Tuesday. Okay, so let's read one of the ones that I really like. Okay, so I was scrolling down and I was looking up fursuit makers, and this somehow just pops up on me. This is a tiger that's made by cats for cats, I can tell. So it's right on topic. So he is doing his yard work in that. Okay, now, to tell you the truth, these fursuits are very warm. As I will give credit to this. It's a very good video. It's a very good loop, too. As you can tell, it has sound. Maybe not the best sound effect one, because all you hear is, but it's just very stunning on seeing this. And this is on a local news thing, too. This is on a local news. That's amazing to me. Your local user, March, says, suburb tigers are used to the much of the snow. It's no big deal. Okay, so basically you're hot in a fursuit, and I would probably recommend that if you like that, and your fursuit's not going to get hurt if it gets wet. The only thing that might get hurt is your head. So if you have a less fragile head, bycats for cats make really good heads, so I could see that, but to tell you the truth, if you have a fragile head like mine, don't do that outside. I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that outside. Also, my paws aren't that reliable, so I feel like that'd be a terrible idea in any sort of case for me. So just consult your fursuit doctor, and maybe you can get to that. Hold on. Okay. I'm starting to lose it. Hold on. Been a fursuit for a while. Talking makes me cough. Okay. Let's go to the next creepy tweet here as we go on down the list. And if I can find my cursor, we will do this one. This one, in my opinion, is so realistic. I love memes. If you have ever saw me in my channel, I say I love memes, and I love memes. This is freaking amazing. This whole entire, oh my god, it's happening. And got a cue from the fursuit maker, Weeding Shall Live. So actually, to tell you the truth, this is how fursuit is. Because every fursuit maker that has a cue that's really popular, like Made for You, Mixed Candy, and all this other stuff, they get filled within minutes. There is no time to delay. You have to get down there ASAP. You got to be on the website. Actually, one of the fursuit makers I'm actually doing on this channel, if you are interested, is starting their one in 19 hours. So you're going to want to be on that computer, and you're going to want to be waiting, and you're going to want to be refreshing. Once that 19 hours hits, you refresh, you press submit queue, and then it will not be open for a whole nother year. Sometimes fursuit makers do that. Like Don't Hug Cacti, that's another one that's really hard to get. I know I said mixed candy, which I have that on the list. FURSUITmaking.com is also another one that does it. I have a couple of them on here that really you need to get before really doing, because Buy Cats for Cats is another one. I only know like 1 or 2 people who got in when they've been planning to get in. So if they're huge, Mischief Makers is the worst. Out of all this list right now, the Rising Star Mischief Makers is probably the worst one to get into right now. I heard their waiting commission is like for like 2020 or 2021. So you have to make sure you're really looking at it, and this is what you got to do. You just got to be on the website. And thank you, Little Bull, for that really insight, because that is really true. Because that, in my opinion, that's probably the truest statement I've heard in a while. So let's keep going down the list here. Let's see here. Now, this one really scares me, because this is a nightmare. And I've had this nightmare before, and it's really scared. Because you paid thousands of dollars for this suit. And just having this nightmare is awful. The other night, I had a dream that my fursuit head got thrown away, and it was gone forever. Here's to the nightmare only being dreams. Now, Fursuit Friday. If you don't know what Fursuit Friday is, boy, you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that rock and really start looking at Fursuit Friday picks. But to tell you the truth, very, very empowered dream. You spend $3,000 on it. You basically, like, I built a connection with Dashing. I know it sounds really weird that you build a connection with your fursuit, but you really do build basically like another human being. Like, you really get attached to this thing. And if you have a nightmare about that, that is just horrid. So to tell you the truth, I feel bad for that guy. I'm glad it was only a dream. Nervous Wreck Fox, which Vipul or whatever, I think that just means fox. It's just the Japanese of saying kit or fox, whatever. But yeah, really scary dream. And I love the photo too. Let's just take a look at this photo. The scaredness of him looking. I don't know what that is. That really wonders me too. I wonder if that's like a Band-Aid. It's supposed to be a Band-Aid. I don't know. But just a wonderful suit. And you know, it was made by one of the people I think that we talked about. So that's very good. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Very nice fursuit photo. And I had to do it for Creepy because that same dream happened to me. And it's not a good dream. Don't dream about getting that thrown away. It's not a good dream. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. So this one's an expiring one because this person, I think, is a fursuit maker. But he kind of just said it in simple terms. Whatever you choose to do in the fandom, if you're an artist, a fursuit maker, a performer, a YouTuber, or a simple fan. Okay, so this simple fan, the only thing that really got me is a simple fan. Anybody could be a simple fan. I could be a simple fan of anything right now. I'm a simple fan of tacos right now. I love tacos. Tacos are really good. I should really stop talking about food or I'll just get on a rant. Okay, do it because it makes you happy and you are passionate. I feel this isn't stressed enough. Well, on my show it is, darn it. If you want to do anything and you have the talent to do it, you should do it. It doesn't matter if you think it's stupid or not. Do it. Been a big proposer of that the whole entire show. That's why when I saw this tweet, I was like, boy, this tweet matches my show perfectly. Because I could just stop doing what I'm doing because I don't know. There's not a lot of people who watch my show. And I don't mind it. I like it. I like doing this. I love doing this. So this is the good thought to talk about. And to tell you the truth, I know these aren't the most creepiest tweets, but it's hard to find creepy tweets in fursuit makers. So you really can't find too many. So, but very good tweet by Banana Dragon. Yeah, if you like Banana Dragon, you can follow him on Banana Dragon. Okay. I like the colors though. His colors are amazing. Orange and yellow really do well together. Okay, so let's do another one here. I only got 2 more, or actually probably 1 more. Let's see. So, hold on. Okay. Still bugs me that there is literally dozens, if not hundreds, of incredible skilled fursuit makers for reasonable prices that could make a great Easter bunny, and not a single mall takes advantage of it. Which, you know what? This is the most, during Easter, okay, I love Easter. But I swear to God, I was at my supermarket, a Giant, or whatever you want to call it, and my God, they had the worst looking bunny. It was like one of those white bunnies that looks terrible, and this girl was doing it, and she had hair going down. This isn't a real bunny. We need to sign petitions here to get fursuit makers and stop doing that. Fursuit makers to literally take action and make mall ones. You don't donate them, but do it for cheap. Just so you can stop scaring these little kids. These little kids don't want to see the Easter bunny scaring them and putting them in their nightmares and running away with them and oh no, don't do that. You got to get some fursuit makers in the mall. Now, maybe I'll take advantage of this. Maybe I'll introduce fursuit makers to my store. Will they buy it? Probably not, because $3,000 for once a year, maybe not a good idea. But if I can get them to lower the price and make it like a stock option, this is gonna be good. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna have to do this in my store. We're gonna have to take photos, but whatever. Yeah, not a single mall takes advantage of it. It's true. It's one of the truest things I've heard all Easter. Okay, so let's do one more. I got one more, and then we'll go back to our fursuit makers, and then we'll open the lines. If there isn't one already, I feel like there should be a Fursuit Maker Appreciation Day, which is true. I agree with this statement too. All these ones I really agree with, especially this good boy, the good boy. I agree with this 100%. They work very hard to make the world a fuzzy place, and we should thank them for it. Which, actually, thank them all. Which I agree with 100%. There should be a Fursuit Maker Day where we should all get together and be like, thank you, fursuit makers. But to tell you the truth, maybe it's also a little contradicting of itself too, because we pay a lot of money for our fursuits, so we're giving appreciation in the form of money. Which, to tell you the truth, I like the appreciation in the form of money more than really a lot of things. And stop doing that. I don't care about my performance right now. No. But to tell you the truth, I got to give credit where credit is due. I would really sign up for a Fursuit Maker Appreciation Day. 100%. 100%. That's a dashingly good idea. So, yep. I just said that, and that's going to be my new thing. Dashingly good idea, which is terrible. Okay. So now that was the not so creepy, but creepy tweets reading. I didn't know anybody there this week. Usually I know like maybe one person, but didn't know anybody this week. That's why we call it creepy. Okay, so hold on. I'm dying. Okay, all this hotness. That's why I don't do my videos in full suit. Okay, so guys. So, we're going to open the phone lines. And we are going to do this. And we are going to hopefully get somebody to call in. I would enjoy people calling in. If you like what you see, please share it around to your friends. We had 10 viewers. Maybe creepy tweets isn't the greatest thing to do, but I don't know. I need to, maybe it just needs to be a guest kind of thing. But okay, now guys, we are going to take in phone calls. So if you want to call in, you can call in with this number. The number is 717-839-3684. My hotline is all ready to go. So if you really, really want to call in, again, the number is 717-839-3684. So if you want to call in, you can go call in. We're going to look at more fursuiters, and we're really going to take more in-depth looks into them. So if you have somebody you want me to talk about that I didn't talk about, and give your voice of opinion. You have a fursuit of them, call in. But again, the number for the phone is 717-839-3684. If you call in, I have a speaker. We can listen to you, and they can hear you. Trust me, I tested it. Okay, so as we continue going on down the list, we're going to go to our next victim. Fursuit maker, which is, drum roll please. Let me just do this. Switch to this. Switch to this. Go to scene 2. Okay, so our next fursuit maker, you have seen her at cons non-stop. If you go to conventions like I do, I see this girl all over the cons. Every time I'm at a con, she has a whole booth and she has a whole thing making fursuits. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. She makes some pretty darn good fursuits. Not really my style. When I say they're overproduced in a way, I would probably say that. But let's just cut that out and let's talk a little bit about Lemon Brat. Now, Lemon Brat is basically kind of a new fursuit maker. I think she's only been in the market for about 5 to 6 years. She really got a breakout, I think, after one person really, they enjoyed her fursuit, and then she started going to conventions. I love that fursuit. I should have got water. But by choking, and I apologize for that. I'll get water eventually. But so let's take a look at some of her things. Now let's go to her Twitter. She does have a Twitter. I think everybody has a Twitter here. If you don't have a Twitter, you should get one because Twitter's kind of good. It's a lot better than Facebook. But okay, so let's take a look at some of her tweets. It's at Lemon Brat, okay, which is basically just a lemon with ears on it. That's kind of convenient. It's very good. Okay, so Lemon Brat she also does artwork too, so you don't have to do that. She also does hoodies. She does a variety of different things. So if you like the variety of different things that she does, like she makes hoodies, she makes foot paws, she makes art, she makes fursuits, she makes partials, she makes all of these sort of things just for the low price of $850. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, she does a lot of different things, and I gotta give credit to her. She's at almost every con I attend. I don't know if that's just because she lives around this area or not. And actually, I know a couple of these fursuiters, like that dude and a couple other people around here. So, Lemon Brat. So, let's take a look at one of the reviews that I found on no other than this website right here, which I gotta give credit, again, this website. If you really want a good opinion on things, it'd be this one here. I've been trying to look for positive but semi-okay ones, so they're not like completely negative, because I could do a negative, but what? Okay, so really the stunning part that pulls out to me. Number one, she makes toonies. She doesn't make realistic. She doesn't make anything like that. A lot of toonies. So if you're looking for toonies, you came to the right place. If you're looking for realistic, sorry, don't really have that there. But okay, so basically, she makes them for pretty cheap. This one was $1,150, so pretty affordable. She makes commissions, stuff like that, so you'll see it. Wearing it, are you satisfied the way it fits? The head is adequate. It straps up. Inside is very clean, which it should be very clean. I would hope so. It's very clean, unless if you sweat in it a lot. I never felt anything stabbing me, which is a good thing. You don't want anything stabbing you. A very, very good, legit point. Is it lined? I will say, however, the cheeks will be bit uncomfortable certain times. Well, see, that's a problem within itself. And to tell you the truth, that just takes a while to actually get. Usually cheeks, I say like the cheeks and then like the head part's the hardest thing to get when it comes to this. So that's to be expected, and stop doing that. Stupid cough. But notice, nothing to complain about. So basically, she has a little bit of complaints, but not really too much. 8 out of 10, the face looks fine. If you didn't pay too much, alternate eyes are kind of brown. So basically, this is a subpar review, but she requests yes. I'd say it's a subpar because she does have a little bit of complaints, but that's perfectly fine. Every fursuit you're going to get is not going to be 100% the way you want it. So just keep that in mind when you're getting a fursuiter. You're not going to be Mr. Perfect. It's not going to be the way you always wanted it. You're not going to be waking up one day going, my God, this fursuit's so beautiful and it's so the way I wanted it. Not everyone's going to be like that. Now, not all occasions. You will get the occasion that where you'll find a suit that you just absolutely love and perfect in every sort of which way, except for that one way. And it'll be a stupid way too, like the football won't fit correctly. And you'll be like, damn, this suit's perfect, but the football doesn't work. But, my God, I should grab a drink, but I can't. Okay. So, and again, I apologize for coughing in your ear. My fault. I'm trying to wave it away from it. But, okay, so let's keep going on here. And let's really take a look at some more stuff here. Our next thing is what we're going to do. We have the review now. And she gave it, I'll say it's an okay. Because what I read of it, she has a little bit of problems here and there. But again, the price is where you're looking at too. So let's take a look at the gallery now. Let's see if I can click on it. Okay, now this gallery is very nice, as you can see. This is one of my friends. He got this fursuit made. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I like their suits. And don't get me wrong, they are very nicely made. But the eyes and the nose look exactly the same in every for which way. Stop it. It looks, the ears are also the same way. Because if you take a look at this one, and you take a look at this one, the ears are the same exact way. The eyes are about the same exact thing. The nose is about the same exact thing. Would I buy one of these suits? No, absolutely not. It's not because I dislike her work. It's not because of anything like that. But it's one of those things that I think she does a lot of the same things. And to tell you the truth, well, that's actually a little bit different because the eyes are still the same, though. There's no variation of the eyes. It's like her eyes are the trademark, and she just wanted to make sure those eyes look the same exact thing, the same exact time. Everything else on this is fine. The paws look great. The markings on the body look great. The hair looks great. Everything looks fantastic. But, there's a big but here. The face looks too the same. It looks too much of the same. Hold on. Okay. But everything else looks good on it. And to tell you the truth, the tail looks great too. But the markings, everything. But the face, it just gets me with the face. Would I buy one of these suits? No. So let's take a look at the price for it. And again, maybe she built it like that too. Maybe it's more of like one mold. Because if I click on anyone, it's going to have about the same exact eyes. Like this one. I can already tell by, look at that, the same exact eyes, about the same exact ears, except for one's pointing. They're pointing a little bit, but it's just the same. I'm sorry, it's getting really hot in the suit. I should really grab a drink. But all I got to say is the suit maker so far is, It just looks the two same. So, let's go to the next one. You know what, guys? I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink real quick. I'll be right back. Just take a look at some of these suits and see what your opinion is. I want your opinion on this, too. Because I need a drink. I'm going to die. It's going to happen if I don't get a drink. So, I want your opinion down, right on the comments. Tell me how this is. Because I'm trying to get it to full screen, but I guess it's not. I think you can see it well. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I just got to put on my fursuit head again. Stop it. I hate this. This damn freaking thing. I got to clean out my computer so bad. I apologize. Okay. Okay, let me just put that back on. Everything's good. I think. Hope. Okay. Let me do that. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm back. Now I got fur in my mouth. Okay. Now, despite that, everything's good. Now I'm not going to cough that much. So, again, would I buy a lemon brad? No, I would not. It would not be probably a good, smart move. My decision. Let's take a look how much they are. Hopefully in the comments you really give your personal opinion on these. Let me first just check how much they are. I started a routine. Might as well just finish it. This might be my lemon brad pricing. Okay. So, pricing is going to be a little bit cheaper. And to tell you the truth, the build quality of these, I heard were so far so. A partial goes about $1,500, which is actually cheaper than most fursuits. Full standard suits goes for $2,500. Now, again, these guys are a little bit cheaper, and I think the only reason why they're really in a hold today is because how cheap they are. This is already half the price, or close to half the price, of most main fursuiters. Most of them are about $400 to $3,400. So, to tell you the truth, that's probably why they got such a hold on the community, and why they got so many fursuiters out there who really say, well, I don't like the design that much, but I like the price. And stop it. Everything's fine on my computer. Okay. Heads, standard $950 plus. So if you want a head, it's $950. Just go for the whole bodysuit. You're just paying $400 more. And again, that's the whole entire thing. So let me exit out of this. Let me go back to my thing. I apologize, guys. I really needed that drink, so I'm not coughing in your ear. I don't think it's a good idea to cough in the audience's ear. Now I feel a lot better, too. So, let's go to here, and then here. Okay, so, guys, we'll see if we have any comments down there. And, hold on. These coughs is like crazy. I think there's a fur in my mouth or something. It's just terrible. Don't do it. Okay. That's what I started with. And then I took it then I took it away. Okay. Odd. Let's see. Let me just go down here. Let's take a look at some of these comments here. That's what I started with. Okay, that's odd. Do you have a long distance calling? Yeah, I do have long distance calling. You might have to press 1 to start it, because, or maybe it didn't ring, did it? Oh, it did ring, did it? Yeah. No, I got a what's up from somebody. I have no clue. But you might have to press a 1. Oh, wait, no, it should be 717. Here, let me take a look at my thing. Maybe I screwed up. Get some water. The fox is better looking, really good though. I thought I did ace, but okay. So let's see if I have the right phone number in there, guys. I might be just giving you a false phone number, and that would be terrible, and I would not like myself if I did. Let's see. Should be about phone. If I've been giving out the wrong number, I'm gonna just cry, because I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you what, that's not a good thing to do. Network's my number. Okay. Yeah, it's you gotta press a 1 first. I think you gotta press a 1 first. So if you're trying to call in, and I do have long distance, so I don't understand why it's not picking up. It's it's 1 and then 717-839-3684. That's my telephone number to guys to call in. That's 1-717-839-3684. And let me turn up the volume all the way so I can hear you guys. So hopefully you guys call in. Hopefully this will work. Maybe it just doesn't like some of the numbers. I don't know. I have full bars in here, so that's weird. Okay, so let's get back to Lemon Brat. And let's talk about her while I wait for a phone call. Hopefully you guys call in or something. And I think I dropped my other paw on the ground. No! Where did I go? This is the problem getting water. It completely screws me up. What do I do with the other paw? Oh, well. So, you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to give Lemon... Actually, it works out perfect. I'm going to give Lemon Brat a 1 paw up. Because of the simple fact that I don't like her suits that well. I mean, they're not really well to look at for me. I don't... Like, I get if you like the suits. They are relatively more cheap than most fursuit makers. So if you're going into the very first stages of fursuits and you would like to test one out, I wouldn't even recommend it for that because it's a little too much expensive for that. So I'm going to give it 1 paw. I think it's just because of the design of the eyes and the design of different things. And it doesn't really do it for me. And again, my opinion. So my opinion is just my opinion. And stuff like that. So I'm just going to say that. So yeah, 1 paw. 1 paw for that. I also heard the stitch work wasn't that great. And I see so many of them too. They're getting pumped out like, I don't know, candy. So I'm not really a big fan of it 100%. So again, if you guys want to call in and try, hopefully it works. The number is 717. See it? 717 or 1-717-839-3684. And you can give me a call. I will surely answer. And we will really talk about fursuit, fursuits. And what kind of fursuits you want me to do in the next episode. Because I think in 10 minutes I'm going to end this episode. I've got a lot more fursuit makers, but we'll get to them next time. This is only part 1, so we'll do a part 2 down the road. So if you're liking this, please like this. Press the like button. Now, the final... as I wait for a caller, hopefully somebody does call in. It would be really nice of them. But as I wait for a caller, let me tell you a little bit of importance about picking your fursuit maker too. So when you're researching a fursuit maker in any form and fashion, you have to, number 1, consider when they open their commissions. So you have to make sure you're right on the date. That basically, if they say they're opening in 19 hours... Oh, speaking of that, before I forget, this is a good one to remember. Because I wanted to post this earlier, but I completely forgot about it. Speaking of when they're going to post it. This is only by coincidence. I didn't even know they were going to post this. So let me just do that. And then let me go to here. Okay. And the good part about most fursuit websites and fursuit makers, they'll post it like this. You see how it says, reopening for new orders in 15 hours for 2019 due dates. Okay, so this is very important. If you're looking for fursuits by Lucy and Nick, you're going to want to look for this. Now, they're going for about $13.50. I already know because you can tell. Actually, about $4,000. So if you have the money right now, I think it's only a 30. Usually, fursuit makers have a rule of putting 30% down. So it's about like $1,000 something. So they know if you back out, they don't have to worry about the supplies and stuff because they at least got something out of you. So That's what I would look for. This is very important if you're doing any fursuit, anything. You've got to make sure you know when they are opening. Because if you do not know and you miss the bus, you got to wait about another year or two. It just depends on the fursuit makers. Because I think this opens every, twice a year. If I'm not mistaken, it opens twice a year. Once for 2019, like the beginning of 2019, and the other ones I think for the end of 2019. So if you are looking for a fursuiting.com fursuit and you really want to get this, please take a look at that. So don't delay. Purchase your fursuiting.com suit today. Okay? So, I rhymed, and I don't know. Okay, so that is a very important step to any fursuit maker you're going to want to go with, is knowing when their commissions are open. Now, I know it sounds really obvious, but not a lot of people know when they open, so you got to constantly check. And a lot of fursuit makers nowadays, they have a good communication, so they'll tell you exactly when. That's why you got to follow them on Twitter, Instagram, everything except for Facebook, because I think Facebook's basically dying. But, we'll see. But, again, if you want to call in, I have the number right here. I got full bars. Hopefully this works. It's 171... It's 1717 839 3684. So if you want to call that number or try to call it, and hopefully it works. I know one said that it didn't work for some reason. So if you want to call that number, you can go ahead, call in, and talk about your favorite fursuiter. I'll talk about it in part 2. Don't worry, I will get everybody in part 2.
1 3 5 2 4 5 4.
I have my very first caller. Hello. What's your name?
Hey, it's Johnny Blackwell.
Oh, hello, Johnny. How's it going?
It's going good.
Okay, that's good. Hopefully everybody can hear you fine. I tested it before starting, but who knows. So, tell me.
So I'm kind of not also much in the furry fandom. So is there anything else I should know about it?
Okay, well, it just depends. What would you like to know? I mean, there's so many different things to it.
I guess, where should you really start if you want to get to know everything, the beginner stuff?
Okay, so the beginner stuff, if you're a new furry, you're wanting to go to meets. Meets are a good way to communicate with other furs. Where do you live there, buddy?
I live in Florida.
In Florida? Well, I gotta say, to tell you the truth, you've got the greatest opportunity there is. Florida has a lot of furs, and you can find a lot of their fur meets. I think they have their own website. It's like furry... It's furryflorida.com or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But what I would recommend to you is I would look on there. Actually, what the best place you might be able to go to is Megaplex Fur. Have you ever heard of Megaplex? It's a convention.
I've heard a little bit about it.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to go to the Twitter and see if you can find any local furs in there. Okay, and then you're going to want to also download Telegram, because Telegram has a lot of different things in it that will help you get a group that you can get into. And just look for furry meets. That's basically what I would recommend anybody to go to first. Would be either going to a fur meet or going to a small con. But, I mean, you do have small cons in Orlando. But, yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend going to a fur meet. So yeah, go to Megaplex their Twitter page, ask for the Telegram, and they'll give you the Telegram, and just ask if there's any meets around, because there's a lot of local furs in there too. So that's what I would recommend doing first and foremost. Yeah. Any other questions?
Who made your suit?
A girl named Jasper. She made my suit in Reading, PA. And I don't want to talk about her because I have a biased opinions and I don't want to be biased. So that's why I don't talk about her too much. Anything else, Johnny?
No, you kind of answered my question. Thanks.
Yeah, no, anytime. And welcome to the community. It's a very fun one. If you could, you can find a bunch of furries, good for you. You can go to meets, conventions. But I would start, if I was you, I would go to Megaplex and I would definitely take a look at their website because they've got 100 million Florida furs down there. It's just as much as New Jersey. So, okay, well, it was nice talking to you, Johnny.
Same goes to you.
Okay. Have a wonderful night and have a dashing night as well. So I'll talk to you probably some other time. Maybe next time I allow call-ins. Okay.
Thanks.
Yep. Have a nice night, Johnny.
You too.
Okay, guys, that was the very first caller of the show. If you guys want to call in, the number is 1-717-839-3684. You can call in, give your opinion on fursuit makers. Heck, that guy was the very first furry. He didn't even know what some of the fursuit or furries were, which is a good question. Again, you always want to start out with maybe like just regular fur meets. So that's what I would do. Definitely take a look into it, Johnny, and you'll not be disappointed. So again, my number is 717-839-3684. To tell you the truth, I know you were nervous, but you did fine, Johnny. There was nothing to be nervous about. You did good. You did good, kid. You did good. So, again, but before we, I'll let a couple more, maybe one or two more calls in. But before I go, I need to keep continuing about fursuits. So basically, we discussed that you need to make sure you know when you open them. Okay, so then number 2, you're going to want to make sure you're picking the right style. Before you even look at the opening, you're going to want to do a lot of research on basically, you want to do all the research you can on this fursuit maker, because this fursuit maker is making your suit for life. I call it a life suit, because if you are a furry and you want to wear this suit at conventions, you want to wear it at anything, you want to feel comfortable in the suit. So you're going to want to go for comfortability. So you're going to want to do your research on that. Go to FURSUITReviews.com. They are not sponsored by me or anything like that. Or you're going to want to make sure you're going to have the right designs for it too. Look for a creator that will make the right designs for you and only for you, because they're not making it for the person down the street. They're making it for you. So you got to make sure everything is close or perfect. How I pick my suit, I basically knew her work. She had some good work at the time, and I wanted to go with her. And don't jump into it too. You don't want to jump into a fursuit. Just because you don't have a fursuit doesn't mean you're not a furry. So I just want to tell that to everyone out there who thinks that you have to have a fursuit to be a furry. You don't, because fursuiting is not for everyone. You either get way too hot, you sweat a lot, you basically sometimes don't want to be a fursuiter. So I wish they had like trials for fursuiters, but I think that'd be disgusting after a while with the sweat and stuff. But again, if you want to call in, my number is 171-839-3684. You can call in. We could talk about your favorite fursuiter, if you have a fursuit, who made your fursuit, or any sort of thing like that. Also, I have to say too, that if you are picking a fursuiter and you're getting it all done and stuff, you want to make sure you're keeping tabs on the project too. Because if you don't keep tabs on it and your fursuit maker makes some sort of mistake, it's harder to go back.
9,
Oh.
1, 8, 2,
Okay,
6,
I got another
0,
call.
5, 0, 1.
I got. Hello there. What's your name? Can you mute your thing?
Hello there.
Can you mute your live stream? Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. What's your name, kind sir?
Hi there. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I guess we got a little delay.
It's okay.
This is Gonzalo Fox. How are you?
I'm fantastic right now. I'm just doing my live stream. Loving every second.
Yeah, I've been watching. It looks great.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say, really, I'm so glad that you're doing this because there's so many furries, particularly young furs, who they usually get involved in live streams of the poppy furs, shall we say, and they'll. This is one of the most popular questions that they'll get to is, well, where do I go for a fursuit? You know, can you recommend a good maker and everything? And you've gone to the trouble to really do some research and put it out there to where it's right there and available for them. So I'm hoping that a lot of them got to see this, and because it's a lot of valuable information that say the people that they're accustomed to asking might not know.
Okay. And yeah, and that's the one reason why I created this, is because there's so many fursuit makers out there. There has to at least be close to 100 now. I don't know exactly all of them. But the one thing I want people to realize too, that this is your money, your time. You really got to think about it, and that's what I tried to do in this whole entire live stream. I tried to really do it from a point of view that maybe people would see and go, hey, that's a good thing. Maybe I want this. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Sure.
Yeah, now I'm tearing up underneath here. No. Now, you got any questions for me? You have any fursuit makers that maybe next time I'll cover? I will cover.
Yeah, you covered a lot of the top ones, I thought, in this installment. Don't Hug Cacti popped into mind as you were just wrapping up with Lemon Brat. I was thinking of that because, I thought of Beetle in Red, who's one of the fursuiters I like to watch. And I know that's where his suit came from. So I was like, well, maybe you could fit that into next time session.
Yeah, I did cover it earlier, so it just depends on where.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I did. That's the one thing about live streams. I wish that you could.
I missed it.
Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, what would you like to know about it though? I have all the facts right here. I can definitely look it up for you. What would you certainly like to know about it? I mean, are you interested in getting a Don't Hug Cacti?
Well, actually, I've been engaged in making my own fursuits because I kind of want to get the rounded experience of not just suiting, but cosplay in general. And I thought this would be a really great way to learn.
Oh, really?
But, I do find Don't Hug Cacti's style really attractive. But where would you rank them as far as your rating scale? I'm sure you've said it before.
Oh, I gave them a 2 paws up. Wow. Well, it's because I know a couple friends who actually own them, and I know they do double stitching. Double stitching, in my opinion, is probably one of the most key components. There's a lot of fursuiters out there that or fursuiter makers that try to cut corners and they just like single stitch, and I hate that. I hate single stitching. They're fursuit heads. If you're into toonies, love them. Really, the only thing I hear about them is their heads. Sometimes their heads get a little bit bad, but I think that's just because of poor maintaining. But I think that's basically set for anyone, except for bycats, forcats. They use hockey helmets, and you could drop that damn thing from like 40 flights, and it would still be intact. So, but yeah, no, yeah, I would rate them a 2 paws up. I'd definitely do that. They make a lot of quality suits, just a lot of good quality, and yeah,
I think they look really good.
Yeah, they really do. They certainly do, and yeah, no. They also I love.
Photograph well.
What?
I was just saying they really photograph well as well. You know, that's something that seems to be a factor that not too many people talk about. You know, well, does it take pictures? And you know, a lot of them take pictures pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. A lot of these fursuit makers, they take pictures just very well. It also depends on the person who's taking them too, because I've seen some lousy pictures out there of don't hug cacti, and that's because the person's not positioning them right or anything. So, but no, it was. Anything else you gotta mention before you head out of here? I'm running low on time, so.
Oh yeah. You know, just congratulations again. It's a really good subject. And while I have you, also it was a really wonderful interview you did with Tantra McNally. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. I try to, I try to have people to interview quite frequently. I like showing new talent. That's one of my shows. That's one of the things I like to do on my show is showing new talent and maybe making them a little bit popular than me. Would I like to become popular? Yeah, sure, but I would like to make everyone else popular in the same time. So basically,
that's awesome.
Yeah. My next one, I'm gonna have an interview. And it'll be on a Tuesday, which will be weird, but I'm going to Furthermore. So I'm going to a convention. So,
awesome. Great.
Yeah. But definitely, I'm going to have to do another show about that too, conventions. I did one show about convention. Yeah. But, okay. Well, it was nice talking to you. What's your name again?
Absolutely. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for this.
Yeah. And good luck on the suit. I really hope it turns out fantastic the way you want it.
So thank you.
So, I hope you have a great night, and as always, have a dashing night, and I'll talk to you later. So, have a good night. My phone would work. Okay. That was great. Good call-in. I want to say thanks to him. Maybe I'll take one more call. Just because of the simple fact that it seems like more people are calling in, and I want to give them a fair shot to call in. I'll give it until 2:15. If nobody calls in by then, I'll just end the show abruptly. Not abruptly, but whatever. Just one more. As I was talking about, the stitching is very important. It's a life suit, everything like that. Also, if you know somebody who has a suit, this is a great advantage. A guy really brought up a good point. He brought up a good point. You got to make sure you know somebody who has a suit, because maybe they can give you a good idea of what you want in that suit. So basically, I learned this suit off of a good friend I had. I talked to him. I got to really understand the suit, check to see if it's durable. The only thing that I didn't like about the suit, it was always everything except for the double stitching. You gotta have double stitching. I'm sorry, you gotta have double stitching. In my standard, you gotta make sure you have double stitching. So, to tell you the truth, it's a life suit. It might cost a little bit more, but if you keep care of this suit will guaranteed make you have years of fun. And that's the one thing about this this whole entire episode. I want you to realize that fursuiting also, I'm going to do a whole thing on fursuiting more likely in the future. I'm going to try to do some other topics, maybe get you guys more involved. That's why I do the phone calls. That's why I do all this. I want you to get more involved. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. Maybe one episode we'll try to focus all on meats, creating your own meats, how to get started on a meat, maybe getting other things too. I have a guest coming on Tuesday. I'm just going to give you a little hint. He's red. Don't worry, I'll tweet it soon. But no, just that's the whole entire thing and everything like that. If you want to call in, we got time for one more call, and this will be the last call. The number is 1717-839-3684. It'll be the last call. You can talk about what I should recommend to make earlier. The guy totally did with Don't Hug Cacti. If I didn't have already reviewed it, I probably would have. So if you want to call in, again, the number is 1717-839-3684. And I don't like plugging myself, but I have to. If you're liking this, please subscribe to my channel. I do this almost every Tuesday and Thursday. It just depends on work, which one it falls on. And also, I'll have special guests on. If you have a recommendation for a special guest, I have my email down below or anything like that. So if you want to call in the last couple of minutes, given until 2:15, again, the number is 717-839-3684. Add a 1 to the beginning. So let's see if we can read some comments here, and we'll see if we have anybody else. Let's take a look here if my computer would load. Let's see. Hi, Scott. Tomato Wolven is Wolf. Oh, it is Wolven. Here we go. Message from Ace. Johnny Quest. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's too much stuff going on in the comments, but guys, again, I don't like plugging my show, but please subscribe, like this video. Also, if you know somebody who's buying a fursuit and really is on the fence, this is what this video is about. It's about learning about different fursuiters, makers, and really getting to understand them. I did a lot of research today, so hopefully it helped you guys out. It helped you make an incredible discovery in your next fursuit maker. I do have a Patreon if you want to donate to that. I haven't had perks or anything to it yet. Maybe I will. But just to tell you the truth, you guys are great. Thank you for watching. We're cutting down. We got 1 minute to call in, basically. If you don't call in, I understand. But next week, we'll have a special guest on. We'll have a whole bunch of different things for it. We'll have creepy tweets back. But I like having a guest on for creepy tweets. I think that's what I'm going to do. Make the guest read the creepy tweets. So, yeah, I have a Telegram group, too. It's at Talking with Dashing Foxie. If you want to join that Telegram group, that's the best way to communicate to other fans or people who would like to know a discussion or talk about a discussion. So, I think I'm going to end the episode. So, guys, as always, I hope you guys have a dashing night. Thank you for my 2 callers, Johnny and I suck at names. I know who it is. Grover Wolf. I can't pronounce. I suck at names. Don't mind me, but very good calls. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a dashing night. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a dashing night. And just do your research. That's all I got to say on your fursuits. So, bye. Thank you for watching. And have a dashing night. Bye. If I can find a cursor.